Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Air Race Speed. Yes, that's Air Race. I'm not entirely sure what the point of that is. They could have gone with something a little more sci-fi, because this game is definitely more sci-fi than Air Race Speed would imply, but they went and did it anyway. So this game will be out, well, when you see this video today, actually. It should have been out for a couple of hours, and I don't know the exact price, but on iTunes it's $2.99 and on 3DS it's $3.49. So if it's anything higher than $5, you're getting ripped off. I'll just put it that way. So let's just go have a quick look around, but there's not that much to see. You've got options where you can swap between motion controls, good luck, and button controls, and you can change the sensitivity of your analog stick. And I've got it on the lowest here. It's notably a bit twitchy, even on the lowest sensitivity, but you can get used to it, and inversion and turn off the music and the sound effects. I'd probably recommend turning off the music, because some of the music sounds like you're listening to it from halfway down a tunnel, and it doesn't sound great. The sound effects, though, are fine. There's not that many of them to begin with, so there you go. You can also come and check out some of your trophies here. There's all of them. Seriously, this game's got a platinum trophy, which feels a bit weird to me. But there are some ones that are actually kind of ridiculous, like Crash 1,000 times overall. I've only gone to 3% of that. And it's down here somewhere. Yeah, fly more than 10 hours overall. I've been playing for an hour, and I'm already like 2/3 of the way through the game, or getting close to it. So, 10 hours feels kind of like taking the piss. But then again, considering that you'll have to improve on your survival in order to get the survival trophy, it doesn't seem that ridiculous now that I really think about it. But this is me we're talking about. 3, 2, 1, I suck. That's if you wanted to join in. Anyway. You've got a bunch of individual levels here. There's a fair few of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play one of the earlier levels in one of the slower ships, just to demonstrate what this game looks like to begin with. I've unlocked the majority of ships. The main idea is that every level has 3 stars you can earn on it, and that earns you a new ship every time. And as you can see, I'm almost at the end of all the ships. But for the purpose of demonstration, let's play with this ship here. Doesn't really matter which one I played with to start with, but oh well. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do this while actually commentating. But hopefully, at least with the slower ship, I'll be able to get out what I need to before I have to slow down and focus on the actual game itself. So, this is Air Race Speed. Some people compared it to Wipeout, I think is what I heard. But it's a lot more like a game like Velocibox, if you remember that game when it came out. So, it is basically just a reflex and memorization test, more or less. And it's very fast, like horrendously fast, even in the beginning. Like, you might not be used to this, but trust me, this gets so much worse. The idea is you've got these courses that you have to go around, and you've got to go around them as fast as possible in order to get the most stars. The most stars get you the most ships, and then you can come back later and play through on the faster ships to try and get faster times. However, generally, the ships you will have unlocked by that point will be fast enough to get the 3 stars, which is nice, because it means that you don't really have to come back and do too much previous level grinding in order to actually earn the most amount of stars. The game's engine actually runs really well. I mean, as you can see here, you can handle a pretty quick speed just to begin with and not really run into any sort of frame rate issues. And the controls themselves, as I said before, the analog stick can be a little bit twitchy, but otherwise it's fine. I haven't tried the motion controls, and I don't plan on it. I really don't. It's... Who would play a game like this with motion controls? You silly person. Maybe the people playing on Android, because they basically don't have anything better to work with. But yeah, I played with this on a faster stick, on a faster ship, not a faster stick before, so yeah, you can see that it's potentially... if you use the faster ships, you will go faster, obviously. So, let's use the fastest ship I've got and see how we do. Oh, this is going to be fun, isn't it? And away we go again. Whoosh. Yep, this is speed 4 of 5, and I'm also on 5 nitro, so I've got the best booster I can possibly get. Yes, the game does have a booster, the booster is on the X button and the brake is on the circle button. Or at least I think that's what it is. Fuck. At least I think that's what it is. Because the manual says that. I'm just gonna... Jesus. Wall. You know what? Fuck it. Restarting. Ah, that sucked. Alright, so as I was saying. The X and the circle buttons are supposed to be brake and boost, respectively, and that's what the manual says. In-game, it doesn't actually tell you what they are. You have to go look them up yourself in the manual, which is a little odd. But that's what they decided to do. And for some reason, I think the buttons get switched on a Japanese Vita, because that's what I'm using to actually record this right now, a Japanese Vita. And the buttons do get switched, which is kind of odd. Like, usually you only see that happens in menus and stuff, but no, apparently they use, like, the API that does that in this game. So, the buttons switch. I'm not entirely sure what that's about, but they do it. So, there you go. I think it might also be on the, like, the shoulder buttons and stuff like that, but not really relevant, considering they don't switch. So, there you go. That's just a little bit of a warning. So the game is, son of a bitch. This is going to just happen again and again, isn't it? Nope, I'm actually okay this time. Alright, so I haven't actually played the stage. So this is... God. This is entirely based off just like my reflexes while I'm talking to you. I might have actually done alright had I played just purely without talking. But there you go. So... the game's graphical style, I actually want to draw attention to this because they've actually done a really good job with it. Now, even on the fastest ship possible, it is entirely... you are entirely capable of making it through the entire stage without crashing once, sight unseen. Because the game's graphics are designed in such a way that you know of the absolute majority of dangers before you ever actually stand a chance of hitting them. Which is an interesting way of doing things. I didn't get gold, surely. No, I didn't, but that's alright. I can just move on. I actually just unlocked the second last ship, as far as I know, so... what's that ship like? Oh, no, I need one more star to unlock. Okay. That's fine. We'll just do another stage. But as the graphics will plan out... I keep forgetting the absolute word I need for this, but yeah. You can see every danger that's coming, even in the fastest sort of ships, before you stand a chance of hitting them, and you are capable of hitting the brake. Obviously, you don't want to hit the brake, because hitting the brake means you stand less of a chance of getting the gold star, and of course, if you crash, you get a 3-second penalty. So, as I just found out, let's restart. And the game does let you restart from checkpoints, which is quite nice, because it means that you don't have to spend forever on a flippin' stage. You can practice the later sections so that you can come back and do the earlier sections again and then do the later sections. And at least have an idea of what you're about to run into, which is a nice compromise. Alright, so... but yeah, the game itself is just, its graphical style is really well designed for that. And I'm not going to say I'm in awe, but I'm impressed that they thought that far ahead. Shit! I'm impressed that they thought that far ahead. It's quite a good amount of design going on there. I'm impressed. I really am. And the game really does have this nice little sci-fi look to it as well. Like, I'd like the opportunity to at least take a closer look at all this stuff, but I mean, I know it's pretty lightweight to, you know, focus on the high-speed racing more than anything else. But it's still a nice thing to look at, more or less, so I can't really fault them for that either. Up, down, all around. 3 seconds, huh? One notable thing I've noticed is missing, though, is online leaderboards. At least I think. I didn't see any while I was coming in through the menus. I'll have a quick look, but I'm pretty sure the game doesn't have online leaderboards, which is a little bit disappointing, actually, because you'd think a game that's based entirely around basically doing time attacks, or in the case of survival, would have online leaderboards. I didn't get the gold there, did I? I did! Even after I crashed once. I did. That's actually kind of neat. There are bonus stages, which put you in a predefined ship and make you go through a bunch of rings. But the thing is, since you're in a predefined ship, you don't need to worry about having the right ship to get 3 stars, and they're relatively easy. So, I think that these stages are here purely for the purpose of giving you free stars so that you can get better ships easier. But considering how well I've been doing, just even without the bonus stages going for me, I'm not too bothered by the fact that these are here just to give you free rings. Stars. So yeah, as you can see, they're just remarkably easy. Hell, the last one I played was a lot harder. I actually had to retry it a couple of times. But yeah, there you go. That is a pretty accurate demonstration of what the ring stages are like. So there you go. Oh, there is online leaderboards. Never mind. I'm an idiot. So let's have a look at the online leaderboards. Yes, let's send my score. There's probably no one playing because the game's technically not out yet. Okay, I don't even get my score yet. I guess it's still linking mine up, but oh well. I don't have any friends online playing it either, obviously, because I don't have that many games journalism friends or just people who do this sort of thing on my friends list. But anyway. Survival stages are also in a preset ship. Your boost is constantly locked on, and you have to go through a stage that's being laid out in front of you for as long as humanly possible. One of the things that you have to do in this sort of stage is to stay alive for about... Well, alright, no, let me try explaining the idea again. So, you have 3 lives, and you have individual stages that trigger every few miles. You can see how many miles you've gone in the top right there. And if you die by crashing into something, you'll be put back at the beginning of that stage. So, and of course you'll lose a life, and if you use your 3 lives, it's game over. So the idea is you have to last as long as humanly possible, and there are trophies for lasting up to 20 stages. And there is of course an easier survival stage in the previous tier. So, ow. Let's try this again. And there is an easier version of this survival stage in the previous tier. So, it is a... Bloody hell. You can see them coming, I'm just an idiot. I promise you that. Like, if you're not watching this in like 1080p 60, you should be watching this in 1080p 60. It'll give you a much better idea, but... Of course, you can't watch this in 1080p 60 on a Vita, so that's unfortunate. And the stages are laid out in front of you procedurally. They're random, so there's no point trying to memorize what's here. And that's basically everything the game's got to offer. It's very single focus, which is nice, obviously. It's definitely focused on the time attack, but it's entirely designed around the idea that, you know, you're going to be time attacking at a very high speed, and they want to give you all the chances that you can possibly have. You can run through stages on slower ships to learn them. You can learn little tricks like grinding on... Huh. If that's a full stat ship, then I wonder what that final ship is. Must be the Fat Boy. They mentioned that in the trophy list, but nevertheless. It does the one thing that it does pretty damn well. Not going to argue against that. Okay, so this is the fastest ship in the game, apparently. So let's see how this does. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still having a little bit of trouble with the controls being a bit twitchy, but there you go. That was my fault. But yeah, it does what it does really well, and I'd be a little bit of... Really? God, I'm used to all 3 of those holes being open at once, so... Yeah, I just went bundling straight into that one. Alright. My bad. It does what it does really well, and... Considering that it's going to likely be less than $5 when it comes out, or should I say, now that it's out, when you'll be seeing this video... I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. It's a It's a neat game. It really is. It does what it does well enough that I don't have a problem with saying this game's fine. And obviously it's not going to change your mind if you're not a fan of either time attack games, games that go really fast, or a combination of the two. But it does enough right that I like it, and I usually don't like these sorts of games, so there you go. I wouldn't recommend it outright, but if you're a fan of this sort of thing, why not? I don't see any reason not to. I'm going to play through and see what that final ship is, because I am honestly curious. If I get 3 stars on this level, I can go back and get 1 star on one of the courses that I hadn't done previously, and, well, we'll just be able to see what the fat boy looks like, because I'm pretty sure it's the fat boy. I'm honestly surprised that I opened my fucking mouth and what do I get? Shit on. But as I was saying, I'm honestly surprised that I've done this well. Considering that I've been commentating. Right, 2 stars. And I'm gonna need 2 more stars, so I'll just play the next level. Oh, man. You know, I really should learn not to open my mouth. I really should. You know what? I'm going to be nice and quiet and see how well I can do this just purely based on my own reflexes. Wish me luck. Had to happen once, right? Alright, let's see how I did. Yay, 3 stars. That course was actually a fair bit easier than most of the tier 2 ones. I'm not entirely sure what was going on there. Alright, let's see what the fat boy looks like. Oh, yeah. Now that I think about it, the name Fat Boy really should have given something away. Let's give it a shot, though. Full stats and about twice the size. This will be interesting. But this level only lasts for about a minute, if the gold timer is to be believed. So let's have a look-see. Who would design a ship like this? Seriously. Yeah, this is a bit silly, isn't it? Alright. I got this. No, I don't, apparently. Alright, restart. The game does actually, like, load its courses very quickly, too. I mean, you can't just, like, hit triangle to restart. And it just restarts. Like, it doesn't load or anything. It just goes straight to it. Which is a nice change. Considering a game like Wipeout, where you have to wait, like, 5 seconds for the thing to restart. Up. Dead in the... Yeah. Alright, let's just leave that alone for now. We've been playing for 20 minutes. That's more than enough. So that was a quick look at Air Race Speed. It does one thing, but it does that one thing really well, and I do like it. And as long as it remains under $5, it's probably worth your time if you're a fan of these sorts of games. Just don't pick it up if you're not a fan of speed, obviously. Because I hope the last 20 minutes would have convinced you, if you're not a fan of speed, to not pick this one up. So there you go. This has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.